This keeps having some technical issues today. This keeps sliding back down. Pretty soon you'll just have my feet. All right, so just get the knees rocking side to side. Hopefully you've had a little chance to use your myofascial release balls. All right, bring the feet together and take the knees away from each other. And you're all sitting over here. If I look this direction, it's because you're all sitting over here on the monitor for me. Good. And then lean back in your chair and just bring your knee up and give your ankle a little bit of circle, one direction, then the other direction. And go the other way. It's starting to warm up some of the joints. We're all a little bit cold today, I'm hearing. So I want to warm up our joints before we get started with too much movement today. Get the hands going. And can you try this little brain trick? One fast, one slow. And then switch it. One fast, one slow. Make some circles with your wrists. Play the piano. And start to twist side to side gently. Try to get some rotation of the spine within the pelvis. Notice now too if you feel any discomfort. Just this simple twist, does it cause any issues with your sacroiliac joint, that joint I showed you at the beginning of class. Shake your hands out. Bring it up to all the arm, the whole arm. Take your arm out to the side a little bit. Shake, really get a good shaking in. Reach the hands down by your side. And start to just, don't drop and lower the shoulders, but mindfully lift and lower them. Don't like pull them down and drop them. Just lift and lower gently. This isn't in my class plan, but it's starting to feel really good. Bring your hands onto your thighs and just make some circles of your torso. I think you'll be able to breathe more easily too if you're feeling warm, a little bit heat building up in the body. And then go the other direction. Notice here, again, what's going on the lower back when you do these torso circles. So we're just kind of taking a snapshot of who and how we are today. Because when you do a body scan, if you haven't moved, how do you know who and how you are today, right? And then come to stillness. Bring the fingertips onto your shoulders and start to make some little circles with your elbows. Just the gentle ones. You're not going big and deep into these yet. And then elbows toward each other and away, gently. Toward each other and away. A little bit of movement. Now feel what you feel in the back body. So soften your shoulders down. Get that movement going in the back body. Shoulder blades spreading and then drawing toward each other. One more. Good. And then hands down by your side and roll the shoulders out. Nice. All right, now maybe we can sit with a little bit more heat and fuel in our bodies so that we can feel comfortable and warm. 3 cleansing breaths. Breathe in through the nose and out through an open mouth. And again. Lower the chin down in the direction of the chest. Stretch across the back of the neck, but make sure you still have that golden egg under your chin. So you're not crunching your chin to your chest, you're lifting from the back of the neck. And if you can think about a man's bald spot, sometimes in that looks like a little egg in a nest, kind of press that up and forward. And you'll really find that nice stretch in your neck as you take your shoulders back and down, just slightly back and down until you feel something that feels like a stretch. And maybe even slide your hands down towards down your thighs towards your hips to press the elbows down. And you'll get a really big stretch across the neck, a real gentle stretch. Take another breath here. And then gently lift the head back up. Begin to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose now. Just finding that movement in the chest. Easy does it. Just finding the way, the natural normal breath, and take a little snapshot of where you might be breathing more deeply from. And if it's your upper chest, you're still in that place of fight or flight, that place of activity, trying to get somewhere. All right, we're not trying to get anywhere right now. We want to just settle into the space and be present with what is. So just invite yourself to slow your breathing down, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And just imagining the chest cavity as a really beautiful balloon. And as you breathe in, that balloon gently expands across all parts of your chest, even down to the lower belly. And as you exhale, a gentle contraction of that balloon. Easy does it. Nice, gentle breathing. And then taking that breath a little bit deeper. Allowing the belly to really pooch out. Side ribs expand, chest broaden. Full 3-part Dirga Pranayama. And then exhale. We're going to do 3 rounds of 4, 5, 8 breath. Breathing in for a count of 4, pausing for a count of 5, and exhaling for a count of 8 with a break in between each breath. So exhale fully. And then as you're ready, inhale, 2, 3, 4, and pause, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come back to your normal natural breath and notice if that was a good ratio for you. Did you need a longer exhalation? Did you need a deeper inhalation? So this is just the ratio of taking the breath in, pausing a little bit longer than the inhale, and then exhaling at least twice as long as the inhale. All right, so find a ratio that works for you. Let's try it again. So exhale fully, wait for the need to breathe to bubble up, and then enjoy a full rich breath in. When you get to the top of the breath, pause for count, 4, 5, and when you feel ready, start to slowly exhale through the nose or out through pursed lips. If there's more to exhale, keep going, and then come back to your normal natural breath again. And we'll try that one more time. Exhale fully, and as you're ready, full rich breath in. Come all the way to the top of that breath and pause at the top of that breath, either breathing in or breathing out, not holding the breath. And when you feel ready, exhale long and slow. 7, 8, get rid of all the air and then come back to your normal natural breath. All right, I just have a poem I want to read because our theme today is about just not trying to get anywhere in particular. Wherever you are is exactly where you should be. And if you are trying something new, then that whole thought of begin again, begin again, begin again, not being judgmental, but just stepping into that begin again, begin again, begin again. It's called Maybe Not. Begin somewhere. Take one deep breath and dive. Plunge into the core of your most persistent fear or your greatest joy. Grow comfortable with the act of exploration. Well, maybe not comfortable, but confident of your ability to be sure-footed on slick rocks, ready while the winds gust. Well, maybe not entirely confident, but willing to set out despite persistent doubts, breathing your way into whatever you are facing. Well, maybe not even all that willing, but you take it anyway, that first step into the unknown. Courage is starting where there is no secure outcome, no sure result. The secret is you can begin again at any time. Take one deep breath and dive. Bring your hands to your heart space, finger to finger, palm to palm. Courage is taking that step when there's no sure outcome. Begin again, begin again, begin again. Bow your head to your hands to the heart of your intention. And lower your hands down to your thighs and gently lift your head up. And let's get moving. All right, so let's start with your right arm. Just let your right arm swing. Let it swing back and forth. Get that freedom of movement in the shoulder. And then take it forward across your body. Let it sweep out to the side. Just let it be free and easy, kind of like loose coat sleeves. So your arm is not connected to your shoulder socket. And then let's take it diagonally now. So sweep it up, forward, diagonally, and back. Just let it be free, let it be free. Good, now come into a big figure 8 with that. Allow the arm to swing into a big figure 8. See if you can keep connected with your breath. And let's go to the other side now. So start swinging side to side. Use your breath. And then let's take it across the body, opening that arm out to the side. Let it just be free and easy. Take it to your comfortable range of motion. That's it. Good. Now get ready for that diagonal movement. Start low to high, low to high. Nice. When you're sitting at the computer or you've been knitting a lot or stationary, this is something good to do just to get some nice movement in the body. Go to figure 8 now. And see if you can't connect with that breath. Good. All right, and then bring the hand down and roll your shoulders out. Notice how those arms are feeling. Okay, take the arms out to the side and reach them up overhead. Get long and tall. Press one hand up, so as if you're holding onto a tray. Press out through the heel of the hand and push down toward earth. And stretch and lengthen, and then take them a little bit to the diagonal. The arms to the diagonal, not the spine, just the arms to the diagonal, and press up toward heaven, push down toward earth, and think about that fascial line across the diagonal of the body. Come back to center, hands holding that tray, and push the other way. Press up toward heaven, press down toward earth. Long and tall. Good. Nice. And then bring the hands back to neutral. We're going to do our crescents and all that other stuff while we're standing. So we're going to work our legs a little bit more and get those hips open. So take your feet out wide. And press your hands into your thighs, lengthen, and hinge forward from your hip crease. Bow the heart forward. Press the feet into the earth or press the thigh bones into the floor. Lift up through the heart space and hinge from that hip crease. Good. Lift back up, big breath in, and exhale, hinge forward again. Nice. All right, and press back up again. Place your right hand or your left hand on your hip. Roll the shoulder back. And then the right forearm comes onto the right thigh. Right forearm comes onto the right thigh. Same thigh, Judy, right thigh. There you go, right thigh. There you go. Press that, you're my big person, so I can see everything you're doing. Lucky you. Press your elbow into your thigh to lengthen your spine and then open the heart just a bit. And then if it feels right, take your left thumb, slide it up your side body until you reach the arm up overhead, and maybe the upper arm comes in line with the ear. This extended side angle pose. Good. Nice. Bring your hand back towards your hip. Press the hand into the thigh, lift back up, and extend your left leg out to a diagonal. Bring your right hand, what leg did I have you put out? Your right leg? Put your right hand on the inside of your right thigh. Lengthen again, and we're going to hinge forward just gently over that for a seated triangle. So hinge forward, back the hand presses into, you can, if you need more support, put your hand on your thigh, but if you can bring the hand to the inside of the knee, lift and lengthen, open the heart just a bit. And then this time, just slide the thumb up, your left thumb up your side body and reach the arm up overhead, straight overhead toward the sky, not upper arm in line with the ear. One more breath here. Reach and lengthen. So really support that core. Draw that belly in, get it strong. And then bring your hand back to your hip. Slide your hand onto your thigh and lift back up. All right, bring your foot back to neutral. Come back to a wide forward fold. So hands on the thighs, lengthen, and then hinge forward just about a 45-degree forward fold. Press the feet into the floor, press the sit bones into the chair. And from that place of the sitting bones in the chair, like a rocket, shoot the crown of the head forward. Tuck the chin just a tiny bit to get those wrinkles out of the neck and reach the crown of the head forward again. Should be a nice long stretch for your spine. And then lift back up. All right, now we're going to take the left foot out to the left side. I'm sorry, keep the knee bent. Bring the left forearm onto the left thigh, right hand onto the hip. Press that left elbow into the thigh to lift and lengthen. Roll your right shoulder back, lift up through your heart to extended side angle on that left side. Head and neck stay in alignment. So if your head drooped over, try to keep your head in line with your spine. And then stay here or slide your right thumb up your side body. Reach the arm up overhead if you choose. And then if it works, to bring the upper arm in line with the ear for extended side angle. Try not to collapse into that left shoulder. Keep pressing the left forearm into the thigh to lift and lengthen the spine. It doesn't have to be a big hinge. Good. And bring your hand back to your hip and the left hand onto the thigh, lift back up. And now we'll take that left heel and leg, extend it long for triangle legs, but the toes are up toward the sky. The left hand comes on the thigh or to the inside edge of the left knee. Right hand is on the hip, elbow rolls back, lengthen the spine, and then hinge from your hip crease as you take slide your hand down your thigh or just slightly onto the inside edge of the knee. Roll that right elbow back as you lift up through the heart, and then slide your thumb up your side body. If you choose, reach the arm up overhead, just straight overhead, fingertips towards the sky. One more breath here. Good. And then hand comes back to the thigh, lift back up, slide the foot forward. Bring the knees in toward each other, feet together, and take those knees apart. Good. All right. Now, have your blocks available. Place your blocks on either side of you. Okay. And we're going to scooch on over to the left side of the chair. So your left buttock is hanging off a bit. And instead of taking the leg out to a diagonal, we're going to see if we can take it directly out to the side for gate pose. So we're taking that left leg out to the left side. You can be on the heel of the foot or flat on the foot, whatever feels better for you. All right. The left hand stays on the left thigh, right arm reaches up overhead, and then slide the hand down the thigh just to get a little bit more opening on the left inner thigh and the right side body. Lift up from the hip, so press the foot into the floor, press the right foot into the floor and use that to help you get taller. And then come back to a T with your arms. And if you choose, you've got your right hand to put on the chair, or maybe it reaches for the block. Lean over with the hand onto the block and lift the left arm up overhead. So again, pressing the hand into the block to use that to lengthen your spine. Engage, 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 and reach that other arm up overhead. Fingertips can be on the shoulder, elbows lifting, or maybe the hands on the hip with the elbow pressed back, depending on what works with your shoulder today. One more breath here, and then slowly come back up and use your hand to walk that leg back. And then we're going to simply just turn the knees to the left, to the right, turn the knees to the right. So now the right, oh my goodness. Turn the knees to the right. So now the left buttock should be hanging off the chair a little bit. Would that be true? So we're going to come into lunge. So you were over here in gate with your left buttock hanging off, and then you just simply turn. So now your right thigh is really supported by the chair, but your left buttock might be hanging off. You're holding on to the chair with your right hand. We're going to walk this left foot back a little bit into a lunge. All right, so walk that left foot back to whatever is comfortable for you. And we want to try to get the knee pointing in the direction of the floor, if that works, without arching the lower back. If you are on the floor, you're just in a lunge here with that knee supported by the floor, by a pad, okay? And you can lift or lower depending on where you are with your lunge, okay? All right, so the knee is pointed back. Reach your left arm forward and hinge forward a bit. We're keeping this out of the lower back. So I don't want anyone feeling anything in their lower back. Squeeze the left glute, press the left knee down toward the earth, and then with a nice straight spine, not arching the back, a nice straight spine, just hinge back a little bit until you feel something that feels like a stretch in your quad, in your thigh. Reach forward, release. Feel that release of the thigh muscle. Squeeze the glute again. Press the knee down. Toes are pressed, either the top of the foot or the toes are pressed into the earth. Without arching the back, just hinge like a plank from your torso and lean back a little bit, only until you get that nice stretch sensation in your quad. One more breath here. Ooh, that's a big one. And release that. And then help your leg come back up. You should feel a big stretch. Would that be true? But it's really hard to stretch your quads. We typically overstretch our hamstrings. We don't stretch our thighs, our quads enough, and our hip flexors. So what happens is we have imbalances that cause pain in our hip flexors. So that's one way to do it. Another way to do it would be to, stand and use a strap or, do that quad stretch. It's the same intention. So did everyone keep it out of their lower back? Anyone have any lower back issues with that? Let me know if you did. Betty, you okay? Just be really careful with that. Okay, so let's slide over now to the right side of the chair for gate pose on the right. So the right leg goes out to the right side on the heel of the foot or the flat foot on the earth. That left knee is pointing straight. You're holding on to the chair. You've got your blocks right on that left side. Reach the arms up overhead. Big breath in, lengthen that spine and lower your right hand down to your right thigh and crescent on over towards that right side. Keep the spine long. Try not to curl the back in. Very nice. Good. Fingertips can be on the shoulder, elbow back. What works for your shoulder today? One more breath here. Good. Come to a T again. And then you're going to take that left hand and either hold on to the chair or reach down for your block as the right arm reaches up overhead, straight up towards the sky. Press the feet into the floor, press the hand into the chair or the block, and reach long and tall. So root to press up and rise. Press down and rise up. Another breath here. Good. And come back to a T. Lower the hands back down to the chair, bend the knee. And we're going to keep the right butt cheek off the chair as we walk the knees toward the left and hold on to the back of the chair. I'm going to come into that lunge, so slowly start to walk the right foot back. If you need to keep the toes flat on the floor, that's okay. Try to keep your hip points neutral. Try not to lean into the chair too much. You want to try to keep those hip points level. Squeeze the glute. press the toes or the top of the foot into the floor to get engagement in that leg. Reach your right arm forward, plug the head of the arm bone into the shoulder and hinge forward just a bit. Get that spine nice and straight, and then not arching the back. Keep pressing the top of the foot or the toes into the earth, reaching the knee toward the earth, and hinge back just a bit. If you want to, Pauline, if you want to stand and do a quad stretch, you can do a runner's lunge or a quad stretch, whatever feels better for you. Hinge forward again, full breath in, and then press back without arching the back. Really kind of tuck that tailbone under. And sometimes that's enough just to scoop the tailbone under to get a nice stretch in that hip flexor. One more breath here. Good. And release that. Bring the foot forward. All right. And we'll stretch our hamstrings when we stand up. Feet together, knees apart. And then let's just do a nice wide forward fold to stretch the lower back. Make sure you didn't arch that lower back when you were into that posture. So lift and lower just a few times. Good. Okay. All right, let's grab your weights, and you can either do this sitting up or standing down. So grab your weights mindfully. Remember, trying to face the weights. And if you want to do this standing, you can do this standing. All right. Let's start with just some bicep curls. And if you're going to take the fingertips to the shoulders and then sweep them out to the side just a bit. So bring them to the shoulders, lengthen all the way down, and then to the side. If you're standing and you want to do a little bit of a chair squat with each move, you can do that. So keep that core strong. Make sure the back isn't taking the brunt of this, arching the back. Good. Let's do a couple more on each side, really squeezing that bicep muscle, trying not to squeeze the weight as much as you squeeze the bicep muscle. Let's do one more round. Forward, good. And out to the side, nice. All right, roll the shoulders back, turn the palms away from you. And we're gonna, if you're standing, you're gonna hinge forward. If you're sitting, hinge forward just a little bit and press the arms back and keep them from coming forward of the seam of your pants. Press back and release. If we're sitting, we're still hinging forward a bit. And press back, good. Keep your breath easy. Let your breath be your guide. Try not to droop the head, keep the head and neck in alignment. And try not to just swing. Don't let them just swing. You really want to engage the shoulder blades in the back body and use the intended muscle, the bicep muscle, to press back. Now, once we get them back, let's press 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, little pulses, 7 and 8. Good. All right. Take the arms out to the 45. So we're going to reach the arms forward. If you choose to thumbs down with an internal rotation, thumbs up, and then lower the arms back down. If you are standing and you want to come to goddess legs, thumbs up, straighten the legs and lower the arms. Arms come out 45 from the shoulder, bend the knees into goddess legs, up and straighten the knees, lower the arms. 45, thumbs down, thumbs up, straighten the knees, lower. Let's do 2 more. And lower, last one. Mindful of your form. Very nice. And lower the arms down. Roll the shoulders a few times. Good. Bring the arms up to the shoulders. And one at a time or both at the same time, reach the arms up overhead. And don't let the weights just fall. Use the strength to lower the elbows back down. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, and slow lowering down. Everything is mindful, everything is useful. We're not just going through the motions. And typically with weights, if you go a little bit slower, you'll get a little bit more bang for your time buck. Let's do 3 more. Reach up and lower. That's 2 more. Lift and lower. Last one. If you are standing, keep that core strong. Don't let this go into the arch of the back. And lower the weights down. Roll the shoulders out. Okay, set the weights down for now. We'll revisit them later. And let's do sit stand a few times. So you can take the feet behind the knees. You can take the feet the feet a little bit wider. Might be helpful. Some of you may even want to take 1 foot behind, 1 foot forward, if that helps you as well. That's something I noticed in church the other day. So I'm always looking for easier ways, not easier ways, but ways to build up. So if, you know, keeping your feet together, sit stand, this is obviously going to be the hardest and the most beneficial. But if you're trying to build up to it, taking 1 foot forward, 1 foot back with a little bit wider stance can actually be a nice way to build up to it too. And then switching the feet so you're not favoring one leg over the other. So I have one knee back, the other foot forward. So see what works for you. Take the feet nice and wide. See how that one feels. What do you need to build up to coming to your version, your best version of sit stand? Maybe even taking the arms. Judy, you're on the phone. Sit back, I'm teasing you. 2 more. Good, I wish I could see you all this big. I can see you, but you're not. There, and lower down. Shake the legs out. All right, we did that a little faster than usual, right? And that becomes then a cardio workout. All right, I'd like you to have the chair on your left side if you could. All righty. Clear other stuff away so it's not a trip hazard.
Kathy, I think if you use gallery view, we would all be the same size.
Yeah, you are over here, but when I do speaker view, I see myself big, and I like seeing at least one of you slow because you're all small, you're all about this big here, but over here, now you're nice and big, Jenna. Good, no, stay, that's perfect.
Because I was the last speaker.
Time to talk, yeah. Okay, that's what I don't understand when it's speaker view and I'm talking, why I can't get me as big. I'll research and figure it out. I thought it had to do with the recording, but it doesn't. Okay, come to mountain pose. I can't tell if you can see my head. I think I need to press it back just a little bit more. Thank you. Okay. Really strong mountain pose, firm foundation, feet connected to the earth. Find your breath. Good. All right, we're going to start with just some nice thumb breath. So feet connected to the earth, root the feet to rise. Reach the arms up to your level of comfort. Draw that belly in and up and lengthen your tailbone towards your heels. I want you to really feel the whole core, the corset of the core wrapping around you, hugging you. And then turn the palms away, lower the arms down. Press into heaven and earth, so right hand reaches up toward heaven, holding onto that tray, left arm presses down toward earth. And find that little bit of diagonal. Get that stretch, that diagonal fascial line across the body. And then bring hands back to shoulder height and then reach up toward heaven, press down toward earth again. Reach long and tall, spine is long, we're not doing a crescent yet. Good. And then bring the hands back to neutral, to the heart, and lower the hands down. Holding onto the chair now, reach the right arm up overhead. Feet are connected to the earth, and now we're going to crescent. So reach and root root down through that right side, reach and lengthen, and then crescent. All right, lift back up. Now here's your option. As you inhale, lengthen, draw that belly up, and then crescent over. Here's your option to take that right foot and cross it behind the left. And then taking the eye gaze over your left shoulder, and then lifting the head up, looking at your right upper arm. And then just taking that head side to side and seeing if it's possible to feather tap with your hand or not hold on at all with this movement of the head. So it's a balance challenge. If you balance your weight evenly on your feet and press those toes into the earth, squeeze the legs toward the midline, you'll have an easier time of balancing. One more time, taking that head each way. Good. And then come back to neutral, lower the hand down, and shake it out. We're going to stay on this side for just a little bit more. All right, we'll come back to that other crescent on the other side. I'm going to get those feet working. So reach the arms forward. And as you exhale, lower the arms down. What's happening with the core as you reach the arms, don't let go of that core. It seems like an easy move, but if you engage the core, keep the arms active. Now, if you choose, lift up the heels. And this is where you have an option of holding on to the chair if you choose. Reach the arms up a little bit higher. Lift the arms up overhead. Lift the heels up. Lower the heels, lower the arms. Last time. Inhale, lift the arms up. Now keep the arms up and lower the heels. Shift the weight to the heels of the feet and then sink into chair pose. So bring the arms forward, palms facing forward as if you're, again, pressing into heaven and earth, and shift the weight to the heels of the feet. Bend the knees, send the sitting bones back. We're in chair pose here. Open the arms out to the side. Big breath in and back to, and then just a couple times. Open and close one more time. Open and sweep the arms back up overhead. Straighten the knees, palms together, and lower the hands down to the heart. Take your hand again to that left side of the chair. Right hand comes to the hip. Take your foot out to that right foot out to the side and back, out to the side and back, out to the side and back, just tapping out. Now continue with that, or keep the foot elevated and just lift it, adduct it, and abduct it out to the side. Feeling that weight shifted onto the standing leg. Good, 2 more. Now bend it straight up toward a march and take that knee out to the side. Your option is to keep the foot connected to the earth and just open that knee out to the side, or lift the foot up and take that knee out to the side. One more time, hold it there. Lower the foot down and shift the weight to both feet now and bring the hands to the heart. From here, start to shift the weight back to that left foot and slowly slide the toes toward the heel if that feels safe for you. If you need to hold on, hold on. Take the foot back out to, this is what I call grounded tree, grounded rooted tree. And then again, slide the toes toward the heel, starting to work toward a different type of tree. One more time, take the foot out to the right and slide the foot toward the heel. If this feels possible, slide the foot up so the foot is resting on the ankle or the low calf. Good. One more breath here. And maybe consider reaching the arms out to the side. Holding onto the chair is perfectly fine. One more breath. Very nice. Good. It's okay to wobble. And then lower the arms down, lower the foot down, shake it out. Good. All right, now we're going to take our chair over to the other side and do that nice little sequence on the other side. Let's do an L pose in between. So face your chair and walk the feet back, bend the knees a lot, bring the head in the direction of the upper arms and find that nice length. So press out through the sitting bones, press the hands into the chair, draw the belly in and up, nice long spine. Breathe in, Breathe out, keep the core engaged. One more breath here. Walk the feet back forward. Lengthen up through the spine, and let's just do a pranam. So inhale, the arms overhead facing the chair. Exhale, forward fold. So hands onto the chair, crown of the head reaching toward the seat of the chair. Come halfway up with your next inhale. Lift, halfway up. Exhale, bow forward. Keep the feet evenly, the weight distributed on both feet. Feel the length in the hamstrings. Inhale, halfway up again. Exhale, bow forward. Shift the weight to the fronts of the feet and see if you can't hinge forward a tiny bit more and feel that nice stretch in the hamstrings. One more breath. And then press the hands into the back of the chair, lift all the way up to standing. Inhale, the arms up overhead. Palms are shoulder distance apart. Gaze up between the hands. Draw that belly in and up. Palms together, lower the hands down to the heart and face forward. Now the chair is on your right side. Okay. Lift the left arm up overhead. Feet are rooted and grounded. Rise up through, root that left side down, rise up and crescent over towards the right side. You can stay right here or cross your left foot back behind your right foot. Oh, it's going to accentuate that stretch on the hip flexor and on that left side of the body. And then take your eye gaze, look over your right shoulder, and then lift the head up at a diagonal, looking at your upper left arm. Exhale, nose to right shoulder. Inhale, nose to left upper arm. And then just a couple more back and forth. Letting go if you're able, squeezing toward the midline. Balance challenge here to move the head, take the eye gaze. Good. Now I'll bring the head back to neutral. Lower the arm and uncross the foot. Roll the shoulders back. Good. All right. Reach the arms forward. And exhale, lower the arms down. If you choose, with that core strong, drawing the belly in, lift the heels as you reach the arms forward, maybe up overhead. Exhale, lower the heels, lower the arms. Keep your drishti. Keep the strength of your core. Let go of stories. And just be present with what is. And if you need to, begin again. Begin again. We're just exploring using our body as a laboratory. One more time. Keep the feet up, keep the heels up, keep the arms up, and then lower the heels. Come to chair pose. Press out through the heels of the hand. Bend the knees, shift the weight to the heels of the feet. Come to chair. Open the arms out to the side. Hold breath in, exhale, hands together. One more time, inhale, open. And exhale, hands together, reach the arms up overhead, straighten the knees, palms together, hands down to the heart. Hold on to the chair, left hand to the left hip, shift the weight to the right side, and tap the foot side to start. Again, this is where we're doing the test before we buy the item. So see how this feels in the body. And then if you choose, continue to shift the weight to that right side and lift the left leg out to the side, pressing out through the heel of the foot, engaging the glute, lifting and lowering, adduct and abduct. Good, 2 more. Nice, good. And if you're sitting in the chair, you can just take that knee side to side too. Good. All right, and then lift the knee up, peel the foot up if you choose. Take that knee out to the side a couple of times before we do our grounded tree. So lower the foot down, shift the weight to both feet, hands come to the heart for balance. Get your drishti, get your core. Stay right here. Press your hands in toward each other. Everything draws toward the midline. Slide your toes towards your heel. And then slide it back out, step it back out. And just a couple times until you just feel familiar and the weight shifting feels familiar in your body. And then should you choose, you're going to slide the foot up your calf. Begin again, begin again. It's okay to wobble. Begin again. Holding onto the chair is a nice option as well. Or reaching the arms or one or both arms up overhead, you decide. Too much on the standing leg, the toes can rest on the earth. One more breath here. Lower the hands down and bring the feet to the earth together and start to just shift that weight side to side, hip side to side. Nice. Okay. If we could grab our weights one more time, find your weights. Ooh. Remember, it's okay to grunt too. All right. We're going to do our warrior poses and do a set of triceps, biceps and triceps one more time, okay? So if you need to hold on to the chair, just use, consider using one weight and switching in the middle. That's okay. All right, so we're facing the chair. We're going to step our right foot back and put the heel down in a nice wide base of support. All right, so squeeze the back right glute, take a little bend to the front knee, and we're facing forward if we can, if that's okay with the knees. Roll the shoulders back, and then we're going to come to our bicep curls. So fingertips to the shoulders, and then taking the arms out to the side. Inhale, exhale, take your time. Again, there's nowhere else we need to be. We're present with all the sensations that we feel, all the different emotions that rise up, just being present with them all. Even if it's irritability or frustration, or if it's just concentration and focus. Let's do one more each direction. Inhale, good, and last one, fingertips to the shoulders. All right, step the back foot forward, shake it out. Again, being mindful if you're having any issues with those sacroiliac joint. You may want to keep the feet closer together. All right, step the left foot back. That back foot's at a 45-degree angle. Front knee is bent. Squeeze the back glute. Lengthen your tailbone toward the floor. Roll the shoulders back, and then we're going to hinge forward just a bit. So our head is almost in line with the back foot as a diagonal. And then pressing the arms back to a triceps press. So we should not be arching the back here. If you need to get some support and hold on to the chair with one hand, if you're feeling anything in your back, hold on to the chair with one arm and just use the other one and then switch. I don't see anybody taking that option right now. All right, two more. Press back and back. Good. And then step that back foot forward. Shake it out. Very nice. Okay, let's come down onto the floor now, all right? Have your everything nearby that you would need, your strap and your block. I think we'll be finished with the weights for now. Okay. And come into your bent knee, constructive rest pose to start. And notice where your body just settles. Use your breath to soften into any spaces that might have tension. And for me, it's always my lower back. So I'm just going to breathe into my back body for just a bit. And let everybody get settled and situated. If you are where you need to be and you want to draw one or both knees into the chest and rock side to side, please feel free to do that. A couple of you are still getting situated. Good. Nice. Thanks, Sarah. Linda. Everybody okay? All right, so just give yourself a hug with those knees. Gently rock side to side. Or keep the feet on the floor and rock the knees side to side. Just get reacquainted with your lower back, your sacroiliac joint, see what's going on. Very nice. And then bring the knees together and take the feet apart with the toes pigeoned in. And then just rest your hands on your belly for a moment and come back to the breath. Feel the rise and the fall of the belly. As you breathe in, the belly softens and rounds. Feel the expansion of the back body as well. Maybe you feel a little pressure of the back of the pelvis or the lumbar spine pressing into the earth. The side ribs expand and the back ribs expand. Collarbones broaden, shoulder blades might lean in slightly toward each other. The whole three-dimensionality of the breath. Just feel the whole body breathing. Good. All right, so let's grab your strap. And we'll place the strap around the base of the right foot. And draw the right knee in the direction of the right shoulder. So get that leg plugged in first. And then extend the leg out toward the front of your mat, the front short end of your mat, so your knees are about at the same space. Flex your foot to start. And then slowly start to lift the leg up, but not only as far as it stays straight. Just slowly, again, testing the waters before you jump in. See how it feels to lift it slowly up. And then I don't know if any of you remember doing the ballerina strap. I'm going to walk you through it because this feels really good and supportive on your leg. So you've got the strap around the top of the foot, the ball of the foot. Make a cross, so cross your strap in front of your shin, in front of your ankle. So you've made an X in front of your ankle. And then take it behind your thigh and cross it behind your calf and cross it behind your calf. So you've made a cross in the front of the ankle and a cross in the back of your calf. And then give it a little pull. Make it snug. Make it nice and snug. All right, and then hold it with just your right hand, right in front of your thigh or on your knee. So it's really supported. The foot is flexed, the ankle supported, the back of the calf is supported. And from here, externally rotate your whole leg. So from the top of the thigh bone, you can use the strap to help you with that by pulling on the left side. So if you pull on the left strap, it will help you to externally rotate that leg so that the toes are pointing toward 1 o'clock. Does that make sense? It's kind of like driving your leg with these straps, like a rein of a horse. All right, bring it back to center. And now hold on to mostly the right strap and pull that direction and internally rotate your whole leg. So your knees and your ankle and your foot all move together. Internal rotation. Good. And then back to center again. And hold on to the strap with both sides of the strap with your right hand, nice and firm. Your left leg is bent and your left foot is on the floor. Take that out to the left side a little bit as you invite your right leg to go out to the right side. And this way you want to keep a balance on that sacroiliac joint. So we've got even weight, sort of, on both sides of your pelvis. Good. You should feel a nice stretch on the inner thigh. Press out, keep pressing out through the heel of the foot. And then if you want to try that external rotation again, I'm holding on to the left side of the strap with my right hand, and I'm going to give it a little pull for an external rotation. So I'm holding the right side of the strap with my left hand and the left side of the strap with my right hand, and I'm going to give it a little pull of that left, the left side of the strap in my right hand to externally rotate my leg in this position, and then bring it back to normal. Come up to center. Okay, so now my left foot is on the floor, my left knee is bent. I'm going to take it over towards the right as I take my right leg over to the left. So my thigh bones are making an X, they're crossed. And again, it's just to balance the sacroiliac joint. My left thigh is tucked under my right thigh. I'm holding the strap in both hands of my left hand, and my whole right leg is over on the left side, but I'm keeping my pelvis isn't up, up very far. And you should feel an intense stretch on the outer right thigh and calf. All right, bring that back to center. Bend your knee and undo your ballerina strap. And do a full body stretch here. Reach the arms overhead, stretch out through the legs. Find your breath. Good. All right. I'm gonna try that on the other side. Did you like that support? Kathy Donnelly taught us that. And it just feels really supportive, and it gives you that ability to really internally and externally rotate your leg by using the assist of the strap. All right, so I'll walk you through it again. Put the strap around the ball of your left foot. But first, plug the head of the leg bone into your pelvis. So use the strap to pull the knee in the direction of your left shoulder. All right, I'm going to bend my right knee too. Straighten the leg, that left leg out, and keep it straight. Flex the foot, and only after you flex the foot and got it straight, lift it up just as high as it can stay straight. It might not go that high. All right, make an X in front of your ankle, in front of your shin bone or your ankle, and then wrap it back behind your calf and make another X and pull it nice and tight. All right, so you've got one strap in each hand. Good. Get it snug so it's really tight. All right, now lift it up toward the sky, flex the foot, make sure it's nice and straight. All right, so with your right hand in the strap on the inner aspect of your leg, you're going to give that a little pull, and that's going to externally rotate your whole leg so your toe points toward 10 o'clock. Keep pressing out through the heel. Be patient with this, give it time. All right, rotate back to neutral, and now pull on the left hand and give it a little pull, and you'll internally rotate your legs. So now your toes are pointing toward 1 o'clock. Nice. You feel the difference in where you're getting a stretch. If you really flex your foot, you'll feel it more. Come back to center. All right, take the left leg out to the left side. Take the right leg with the knee bent and the foot on the floor out to the right side. So I'm just making a nice V with my inner thighs. And then if you want to try that internal and external rotation, with your right hand on the strap, give it a little pull. You're holding on to the right side, give it a little pull, it'll externally rotate. And then rotate it the other direction. Just play with it. See what you notice about this with a little internal and external rotation. And then bring it back to center. Bring the right leg back to center as well. Now we're going to cross the right thigh under the left thigh as the left leg comes over top of that and crosses your body toward the right side. And then if you want to play with a little rotation here, you can do that, or just keep it neutral. What does your body need? What does it sense? And what do you notice from the inside out? Where do you feel the greatest sense of sensation that's working for you today? Well, I notice when I have my left leg crossed over to the right, and I give it a slight internal rotation, I feel a really intense stretch on the outer calf and outer left thigh. I've got my right and left mixed up today. And then come back to center, and we'll take that strap off. Oh, and feel the release. There's so many different ways to do that posture. It's called Supta Padangusthasana. All right, grab your block now. We're going to place it between the thighs. And I'm going to place it on the skinny side, like not wide, but on the skinnier side between my thighs. We're going to do bridge and use the inner thigh, the pressure of the inner thighs pressing into the block to really bring more awareness to our inner thighs, and try to keep the bridge out of our buttocks and more into our hamstrings. So we've stretched our hamstrings, we've stretched our quads. Now this is a chance to strengthen them. So bend your elbows so your palms are facing each other across your torso, and snuggle your shoulder blades under your back. So lift up a little bit, press those shoulder blades under your back. All right, lengthen your tailbone towards your heels. And what's that mean? That means you're kind of flattening out your lumbar spine. Squeeze the block. Press your feet into the floor, especially the heels of the feet. And press the backs of the arms into the block, into the mat, and then lift the hips and torso. You might need to take the blanket or pillow out from under your head so your chin's not crunched into your chest. Keep squeezing the block. Feel the strength of the hamstrings. So keep it in the thighs and less in the glutes. Can you soften around the sitting bones a little bit? It's really a tough exercise of isolation. And then isometrically try to press your shins forward at the same time, and you'll really get a little more engagement in your hamstrings. And then slowly lower the hips back down. Take a breath. Breathe in and breathe out. That builds up a little heat, doesn't it? All right, lengthen your tailbone, so flatten out your lumbar spine. Squeeze the block. If you notice that you need more width, and you want your legs a little further apart, then make your block widthwise, make it fatter. And then press the backs of the arms and the heels of the feet into the earth. Keep squeezing the block. Isometrically send your shins forward. This posture helps to realign your sacroiliac joint. So for all those asymmetrical poses we've done, this is one of the best ones to realign that sacroiliac. And sometimes you'll even feel shifts or hear a little popping as that sacroiliac bone moves back into place. And then lower back down. Ooh, take a breath. We're going to do that one more time. All right. Lengthen the tailbone, so flatten out your lumbar spine. Squeeze the block, press the heels into the floor, press the backs of the arms into the earth, lift the hips and torso, and just imagine in your mind that sacroiliac joint just nice and even between those big pelvic joints. Take your breath to those places and spaces. And when you're ready, go ahead and lower back down. Remove the block. Bring one or both knees into the chest. If you prefer having a strap behind your thighs to lift the knees up, go ahead into the chest. Rock side to side, and now massage. Now, if you notice that starts to create some unevenness in the joint again, you're going to row instead. So hands come on top of the knees, and you row the knees away from each other. And what's that doing? It's creating equal weight on the sides of the pelvis, and then row the other direction. Nice. All right, lower the feet down, take the arms out to a T, and take the feet as wide as the mat and slowly rock the knees side to side. Only going as far as you feel no discomfort. This one should feel really good in your body. So take it to your space, take it to your spot that feels good. And I like to keep my feet flexed because it supports my knees better. So when you are ready to drop the knees and pause on that left side, just stay there, pause on the left side. If you need to have a blanket or a cushion or block supporting your legs, that's a really good option. And then take your chin over your right shoulder. Feel that length again in the right thigh and the right quad, around the outer hip and around the top of the quad. And then when you're ready, lift the top knee followed by the bottom knee. Realign that spine, so make sure it's nice and straight. You might need to lift your hips a little bit. And then rock side to side again. And then when you feel ready to drop to the right, drop those knees to the right. Give your body the support that it needs. Use your breath. Think about all the stuff you have to digest in the course of a day. Here with your knees on the right, your digestive system, your belly is open and vulnerable. So just take a full breath in and just release and let go some of that stuff you have to digest. And if you remember some of our tonal breathing, that fear breath, the fear to courage is blowing out like birthday candles. And then when you're ready, bring the top knee followed by the bottom knee. Those knees into the chest one more time, or whatever you need to do, maybe a full body stretch. And then when you feel ready to settle into Shavasana, I'm just going to run you through all the tonal breathings, just 2 rounds of each, just as a reminder to balance those emotions. So once you're settled in, and we're going to start with take a breath in and breathe out with an audible sigh. We'll do 2 of those. Balancing anxiety with calm. Next one is blow out the birthday candles. Breathe in and balancing fear with courage. Next one is that shh sound. Shh. Balancing anger with assertiveness. Next one is Ujjayi breath, slight constriction in the back of the throat. Darth Vader, balancing over worry with self-compassion. And the last one is the S sound. Balancing sadness with letting go. So now that you're all settled in, just one more round of breath without explanation. 2 breaths in with the ha breath. Two breaths of blowing out the candle. 2 breaths with the sh sound. To Ujjayi breaths, constriction. And to S sound. Please feel free to stay in Shavasana for as long as you choose. No need to come out unless you're absolutely ready. Just go ahead and turn it off if you like. If you feel ready to come back into this space, begin or so again with a nice, normal, natural breath, mindful breath. And begin wiggling fingers and wiggling toes, turning the head side to side. Bending the knees, rocking the knees side to side until finally ending up on your favorite side and pausing there for just a moment. Again, no need to hurry. If you're perfectly happy with where you are, just stay where you are. And if you're ready, press your hands into the earth and use that to come to a comfortable seat. Taking your time. Taking another full breath in, long slow breath out. Hands at the heart space. And remember that courage it takes to walk forward not knowing the outcome, but just willing to be present with what is. And beginning again, beginning again, beginning again. That's just been my mantra. Begin again, begin again, begin again without judgment. Please know that all the light and love in my heart honors the same light and love in each of yours. Bow your head to honor your own practice. And then blink your eyes open. And if you're in grid view, you can see everybody and greet each other with namaste. It's your sangha, your group, your people. So nice to